Namaskara and welcome back. This time we have come to Mercara Gold Estate in Coorg to know everything about coffee. A 12-acre plantation of coffee and spices. This is located 10 kilometers from Madikeri town.
In India, three varieties of coffees. So this is the Arabica plant. Here, basic difference leaf size easily you can make out. Arabica, Robusta, and Liberica.
Starting.
That is the Liberica plant.
Okay.
So even the bean
Big
size
leaves.
wise, Liberica is the biggest. Second is Arabica, third is Robusta. So most widely used coffee all over the world are only Robusta and Arabica. So those will consist of a single bean inside. So they are called pea berry coffee. So it comes in both varieties, pea berry Arabica, pea berry Robusta. So pea berry, it will be slightly milder in taste and aroma, can be individually consumed or can be mixed with the other cherry coffees also as blending. In the market you hear of plenty n number of varieties of coffee like orange flavored coffee, vanilla flavored, monsoon Malabar coffee. इसके अलावा बहुत varieties है, different names and brands actually. So for all those coffees, basic foundation is only Arabica and Robusta.
I see.
Then they blend it.
Yeah, blending different proportions of blending and different variations of roasting. Filter coffee, instant coffees in the market, civet coffee, etc. So filter coffee, it is basically a filter whereby the coffee will be a blend of Arabica and Robusta. Either it can be cherry or pea berry 50-50 or 40-40 with 20% chicory. So the coarse coffee powder they will be putting boiling water in the filter, down the decoction collects, this will be directly mixed with the boiling milk. Okay. So that's the filter coffee. So instant coffee, it is also in the liquid form. So it will be also a blend of Arabica, pea berry or Robusta. Usually grading होता है coffee beans का. All the even size coffee goes into A grading, uneven sizes will go into B grading. Then broken beans, etc., fallen beans will go to the C grading. Still D grade is also there, the worst coffee. So instant mein usually they are using the D grading or C grading wala coffee. So usually they go for pea berries. That is much cheaper in the market.
Pea berry example.
Pea berry, single bean wala. So 30% pea berry Arabica, 30% pea berry Robusta, other 40% chicory. Instant it will have more chicory. 40% chicory, another 10% it will be chemicals like manganese, sodium and potassium as preservatives. So all these mixture it will be in the liquid form. So it will be brought back into granule or powder format using different processing methods. So that is the instant. So as soon as you open up the lid of instant coffees, you get more of chicory flavor. That is a pungent odor actually. Chicory basically it is the name of a plant called chicory. So once again originated from Africa. So coffee to be grown, it needs a suitable weather condition, preferably tropical or subtropical climate. So temperature in between 10 degrees to 37 or 38. So below 10 degrees it suits tea a lot better than coffee.
Okay.
So average rainfall around 1600 to 2400 millimeters must and should annually. Altitude of 4000 to 7000 feet or little bit higher also not a problem. Above sea level it is must and should. The lifespan of Robusta plant, it is around 100 to 120 years. Arabica it is around 70 years, Liberica 60 years. Plants of Robusta has to be 2 meters, Arabica usually 1 meter.
Okay,
Because the ideal height of Robusta plant, we keep it at 6.5 to 7 feet, at the max 8 feet. So after that we will be cutting it from the top, or else it will grow like a huge tree, there won't be much yielding in the plant. So it grows broader, that is why 2 meters.
2 meters.
So Arabica minimum height 4.5 to 5 feet. So Liberica, as I said, 50-60 feet it will grow. So Arabica, it has the least caffeine content, approximately around 1.25 to 1.50%. So basically it is a sweet and soft coffee, nutty and fruity flavor. Sometimes creamy flavor also. So in this Arabica actually, aroma is strong, taste is milder. So it is a sensitive plant. Extra caring and maintenance is must and should. Because very easily, prone for diseases actually. So Robusta, slightly higher caffeine content, approximately 1.50 to 2.50%. So basically you can say it is a rough and harsh coffee, bitter and acidic. So Robusta, taste is strong, aroma is milder. So that is why only these two are blended in more than hundreds of varieties, and different kinds of roasting happens just to balance the taste and aroma of the coffee. So Liberica consists of highest caffeine in it, around 3% or sometimes more than 3%, around 3.50%. So basically it is also rough and harsh coffee, bitter and acidic. So normally it has a smoky or woody flavor. So Robusta has a woody flavor. So in Liberica, what happens after the roasting and storage process, the flavor naturally keeps changing on its own. Sometimes you get a rustic flavor, sometimes a burnt tire flavor, sometimes a paint remove flavor you get. So that is the reason it is not blended with other varieties. Individually it can be consumed. So it is a rare species of plant, not everywhere in India you get to find it. So most abundantly found in Africa, Latin America and Central America.
I see.
Like Peru, Lima, Colombia, Brazil, Jamaica, all these places. Of time, a rainfall of 1 to 2 millimeters must and should. So again, in a span of 2 weeks, gradually the flowers dries and falls off on its own like this. Then one more rainfall, it is must and should, backup rainfall. So if those two rainfall doesn't occur, we usually go for sprinkler system. So those are good signs for good yielding for next year actually. So after the flower dries and falls off, you can see the bean formation has taken place. Here, small tiny beans.
Yes.
So this bean comes as like this for the next year. So from the spike to the flower to the bean stage of this size, it will take 8 to 10 months. That is why only one harvesting happens, coffee. These beans as of now is gradually getting ripe and turning red in color. So once all the beans turns red in color, harvesting begins. So usually harvesting starts from the month of December to January or February end. First round, only the red beans will be collected, the ripe ones. By the time they finish from one corner to other, they will wait for the other beans to ripen up. So second round, remaining beans will be collected. Last third round, all the fallen beans, leftover beans will be totally collected. So because if you mix up the green and red ones, there will be a difference in taste and aroma of the coffee. So this is the cherry stage. So it will be hand picked. There are no machineries as of now to collect coffee. Either they will tie up a basket around their neck and collect all the beans manually, or else surface will be thoroughly cleaned up. They will put a big tarpaulin down. All the beans will be collected. After collecting, it has to be sun dried for 2 to 3 weeks. So that when you hold a bunch of coffee and shake it, you will feel that the skin is separated from the inside bean. So then it is ready for storage. So after that, after drying it, if you want to go for the second stage, that is parchment stage, you have to remove the skin in a huller machine. So that is a bit tedious process actually. So usually that is why people immediately after collecting the ripe beans, down water machine, you saw the red color one pulper machine. They will put the beans inside that. So it is easily removed. Skin is removed, inside beans are thoroughly washed. You need continuous water supply for that process. So India on an average grows around 3,50,000 metric tons of coffee. So in that 40% alone happens from Karnataka. So Chikmagaluru is number 1. So lots of big outlets, they procure their coffee from Chikmagaluru actually because of the altitude, as I said. So second comes Coorg, Kodagu. Third comes Sakleshpur, Hassan, Mandya, Mysore, Maddur, all these places. So only southern part of India, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka are much into coffee cultivation, then Araku Valley in Andhra Pradesh, and some of the northeastern states like Assam, Odisha, Meghalaya, they are also into coffee cultivation. That's why Brazil and Colombia, they have the best coffee in the world. So they grow more quantity also, quality is also very superior because of the suitable favorable weather condition, and their soil is very rich with natural nitrogen and potassium. They use this volcanic soil mostly. So that is why their beans are superior. So that's the reason most of the big outlets like Starbucks, Levista, Barista, Lavazza, McDonald's, Cafe Coffee Day, they procure most of their varieties from those two countries and also from 20 to 25 different other countries. And next comes Africa. So India stands in the 7th position actually.
Okay.
For size of our house cat, slightly bigger, I mean longer, with dark brown patches and a elongated face actually. So it stays in the nearby forests actually. Usually this process happens only when the coffee beans are ripe and red, juicy and sweet actually. So those cats come into the estate usually after dark. Randomly it will choose on its own, Arabica, Robusta, etc. It will gulp off the whole bean without chewing it. So only the skin gets digested inside the system of the cat. So beans will be intact, naturally gets mixed with acidic juices in the intestine, and what poop it leaves here and there, that will be with the undigested bean. So the labours will be collecting all those poop. So it will be in the dry stage. So it will be soaked in hot water. Beans get separated thoroughly. It will be washed several times. Then it will be sun dried or machine dried, roasted and powdered. So the uniqueness of civet coffee, it has a smooth and soft taste and aroma with 0% acidity. Because of the chemical reaction what happens inside the system of the cat, all the acidity of the coffee gets removed there. So it is one of the most expensive coffee in the world as of now.
Civet coffee.
Yeah, highly in demand, and availability is lesser actually. In this 12-acre plantation, we tend to collect around 10 to 15 kgs at the max in a year, because it is only in the span of 3 months that happens. So like that, elephant dung coffee, it is popular in Thailand. Then monkey coffees are coming up, then rabbit coffees, then coffee made wines, liquors, all are almost coming up in the market.
This estate also has a in-house store which sells the coffee and all the spices that are grown here. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Please do share, like and subscribe.